Today I'm going to be talking about smarter, resource-efficient farming, which is a Be Green business initiative that is being undertaken in partnership with the IFA as part of the EPA's National Waste Prevention Programme. I should also point out that not only is it in partnership with the IFA, but it's also supported by other organisations that are speaking here today, such as Burke and Teagasc. So first of all, really with my presentation, just want to give you a little bit about the new EPA strategy that's just about to be finalised and launched. The rationale for resource efficiency, which of course will link in with what other speakers have been talking about this morning. Our experience in the area of resource efficiency, because this is work that we've been doing with businesses and sectors really since 2004. And then an introduction to the Smarter Farming Initiative. So first of all, with regard to our new strategy, as I said, we're currently finalising that, and it was subject to widespread consultation, including public consultation. And our vision is of a clean, productive and well-protected environment supporting a sustainable society and economy, and really recognising that the environment doesn't exist in isolation, that the environment, the economy and society all have to work together. In the context of developing the strategy, we also looked at the EPA role, and we have a role, as many of you will be aware, in regulation, and a very important role the agency has and will continue to have, for example, in the intensive agriculture sector and other sectors. We also have a role in the provision of knowledge, and the Minister in his talk this morning was referring to numerous EPA reports, whether that's our State of the Environment report, our air quality reports, our water quality reports. And we also have a role in advocacy. And as part of the development of the strategy, we identified that a clean, healthy and well-protected environment lies at the heart of economic recovery. And our overriding priority over the next 3 years is to keep the environment centre stage and support sustainable economic recovery. And in the context of the advocacy role, we identified that building a resource-efficient, low-carbon economy and society, we need to protect Ireland's green image. We also need to support sustainable development in sectors such as agriculture, food and tourism. And we will collaborate and network to build awareness and experience of behaviour changes needed in our homes, in businesses, in communities and at a policy level to enable us to become a low-carbon, resource-efficient economy. And in the context of resource efficiency, and it has been touched on by numerous speakers this morning and also by Burke, sustainable growth, resource efficiency, all linked into each other. It's around the conservation of existing natural capital. Also about the efficient use of resources. Over the 20th century, the world has increased its fossil fuel use by a factor of 12, whilst attracting 34 times more material resources. Today in the EU, each person consumes 16 tonnes of materials, of which 6 are wasted. If we continue to use resources in the way we have at the current rate, by 2050 we'll need an aggregate more than 2 planets to sustain us. So we heard Burke talking about 1.5 planets. If we continue the way that we're going, we will need 2 planets to sustain us. And of course, that isn't sustainable. In addition, the global population is now at 7 billion. It will go to 9 billion by 2050, with 3 billion more middle-class consumers. And of course, this has marketing and economic potential for Irish industry as much as other industries around the world, but also huge demands on water and energy, for example. So it has a resource implication as well as a market opportunity. The OECD have identified that efficient resource use and management is a core goal of economic policy. And they've also identified that continuing resource use at existing levels is not sustainable and will act as a barrier to future economic growth. So resource efficiency really key in growing the economy at a global level internationally. Also, of course, there's the win-win of sustainable growth in a green economy. The Minister this morning was talking about sustainable being on terms of both environmental and economic grounds. And resource efficiency, of course, will help stimulate technological innovation, boost employment in the fast-growing green sector, and open up new export markets for Ireland, as well as benefiting consumers through more sustainable products. And looking at it from a sectoral perspective, Food and Drink Europe prepared an environmental sustainability vision. And to quote Mairead McGuinness from this report, she says that resource efficiency is everyone's business. It's a key issue for the food industry as we face the challenge of meeting global food demand in an era of increasingly scarce resources, be it land, water, and other key ingredients in the food supply chain. It makes environmental and economic sense to address these long-term issues. Of course, Food Harvest as well also recognises that primary producers must be encouraged to optimise efficiency by adopting new technology and best commercial practice. Looking also to the recently published government policy statement on growth and employment in the green economy, delivering our green potential, on the subject of agriculture, it committed to supporting the principles of a sustainable approach to agriculture as set out in Food Harvest, in particular by prioritising environmental protection, capitalising on our natural resources and advantages, conserving biodiversity, building environmental credibility through research, and improving sustainability right across the supply chain. So whether we're talking at international level, national level or sectoral level, really the issue of resource efficiency, I think, now has come into its own. And just with regard to the EPA's track record in resource efficiency, and I mentioned at the start, we've been running a national waste prevention programme, which was initiated by the government since 2004. And this programme is much more than just waste. It's aimed at promoting resource efficiency and the sustainable use of all natural resources. The programme operates an ambitious and well-resourced range of activities that deliver significant results on resource efficiency. That includes raw material savings, cleaner technology and products, and waste prevention. And I just put the table up here to show its environmental benefits, of course, of the programme, but also there's key economic benefits. For example, our Green Hospitality Programme, which is a programme we run with the Institute of Hospitality in Ireland, and it has the highest penetration rate of any such programme around Europe. The hotels involved had actual savings of €5.6 million in 2011 alone, and that's an annual saving that continues on year by reducing waste, water and energy consumption. And our Green Business Programme identified approximately €4 million worth of savings for small to medium enterprises, again in 2011. And our Green Healthcare Programme is a different programme again, and we're working with the HSE on this, with acute hospitals. Savings of €1.6 million identified in an extremely stressed sector, primarily in this instance around food waste. And certainly what we've seen, and I suppose when Alexander mentioned this morning around be careful of comparison with other sectors and that agriculture is different, each sector with regard to resource efficiency is different. The savings in the hotel sector will be different to the savings in an SME, and different, as we saw, with regard to the healthcare sector. And each sector has its own opportunities with regard to resource efficiency. And the programme that we run is really an assistive programme to influence consumption and production behaviours. And the key to the success of the programme to date has been this sectoral approach and recognising that each sector is different. Also has been, I suppose, a key to the success is the co-branding and the cooperation and collaboration with sectoral leaders and representatives. The EPA is not an expert in the hotel business, nor are we expert in the healthcare business. But what we do is we work with the leaders and the experts in these areas, and we bring our resource efficiency expertise to it. Of course, in these recessionary times, the economic and the environmental win-wins, and that combination of both has been key to the success. And certainly we've seen since the start of recession in 2007, 2008, that the attractiveness of these programmes to businesses in particular has grown because people can see there's real economic savings to be more resource efficient. We coordinate with other national programmes and synergies with programmes. So, for example, in the agriculture sector, synergies with the Board BIA programme and other programmes. This isn't talking about trying to compete with other programmes, it's working with others. What we find in our Green Business programme, for example, which looks at water, waste and energy in the business sector, is we work with SEAI on their energy saving programme. So it's working and collaborating and finding synergies with other programmes. Case studies are very important to businesses and to people because it makes things real. You can see what are the real opportunities in my area for resource efficiency. And where appropriate, quality marks and certification have worked for us. For example, in the green hospitality sector, that is a quality mark, a certification. The green healthcare with the HSE, it wouldn't be appropriate in that instance. So it's adapting the programmes to see what works for each sector. And also, I should say, a combination of both direct one-on-one interaction with businesses and with people, as well as web-based services. With regard to the agriculture sector, the EPA recognises the important part that a sustainable food and agriculture industry will play in Ireland's economic recovery. And this, of course, requires Ireland to achieve and maintain a good quality environment. The Food Harvest Strategy recognises that agriculture, fisheries and forestry activities can negatively impact on water, soil and air quality and on biodiversity. It stresses that meeting the ambitious growth targets for the agriculture sector will mean meeting these environmental challenges as well as reducing the carbon intensity of Irish agriculture. Food Harvest explicitly recognises that environmental sustainability is an essential requirement for the food production systems of the 21st century, as well, of course, and Burke talked a lot about it, the significant marketing and trading advantages as a result of Ireland's green image. But it's about actually being able to demonstrate the sustainability as well as talking about it. So agriculture production has a unique and intimate relationship with its environment, with significant codependency with ecosystems. And resource efficiency at primary agricultural level is about the provision of goods and food within the provisioning and servicing capital of our natural environment. So just then to talk about the programme that we're working with the IFA on. It's around building the existing EPA activities to date in research, guidance, best practice and technology transfer. We've heard again this morning from Paul McKiernan and others that with regard to agriculture, 128,000 family farms, agri-food sector employs 150,000 people, turnover 24 billion, hugely important to the Irish economy. But our agriculture is a significant user of resources such as feed, fertilisers, water, soils, energy and fuel. With net input costs of over 4,000 million euros, even a modest saving due to new efficiency measures will wield significant savings for farmers. So the Smarter Farming programme seeks to influence behavioural change by demonstrating cost savings and environmental benefits that can be achieved. It's about managing resources efficiently, which will increase profitability, protect the environment and contribute to the positive branding of Ireland as clean and green. As I said already, the aim of the Smarter Farming programme is to facilitate and enable the bringing together of our resource efficiency experience and the skills already available available through national farm advisory groups and organisations. And together with the project partners, we've identified the need for a collaborative, farm-focused approach to provide all farmers with clear, easy-to-use guidance on how to farm more efficiently. We've identified the advantage of bringing together the collective expertise that already exists and recognise the ability of resource efficiency to contribute to reducing the carbon footprint of the sector, which of course is important to international obligations. We've also identified the benefit of a programme such as this as being able to demonstrate sustainability in Irish farming. I suppose I said that we're doing this in collaboration, and just to highlight the organisations we're working with. As I said, the programme has been run in partnership with the IFA, but many organisations, Borbia, Teagasc, SEAI, UCD, Grasslands Association of Ireland, National Federation of Group Water Schemes and the FTMTA are all involved in it. And again, just brings me back to Alexander's talk this morning about making sure that the network of people on the ground, doing activities on the ground, are engaged and looking at the resource efficiency opportunities. With regard to the substance of the programme and the focus of the programme, it's looking at top tips in relation to resource efficiencies in areas such as animal nutrition, fertiliser management, land management, energy efficiency and machinery management, water conservation and inputs management and waste minimisation. Pull them all up together. And really what we're looking at is providing a forum to collaborate and collate existing knowledge and expertise in resource-efficient farming, including the development of a web support network. We're producing a smarter farming guide with top tips for achieving cost savings and improved environmental performance, i.e. we're green and we can prove it. We're also going to, in 2013, carry out resource efficiency assessments on 20 selected case study farms across all enterprise types, and then disseminate the benefits of resource efficient farming through on-farm discussion groups and farmers' own stories. And the aim is to have further developments as the project evolves. I'm working, as I said, with the project team. So lastly then, just to talk about resource efficiency, again, Porrick and others have alluded to it. It is good for business, it's good for competitiveness, it of course is good for the economy, and from an EPA's perspective, very good for the environment. And also it is very important from a societal point of view. It's also very achievable and it makes sense. And just finally to quote the Food Harvest once more, only farms operating to the highest standards of efficiency and sustainability will be capable of meeting the competitive challenge of the future. And our aim is that the Smarter Farming Programme will assist in achieving this. Thank you.